the story applies to what
absurd
kind of
one-star
content you're
hotel
making.
reviews I could never been harder. It's like important to surprise your audience.
If I'm being honest, I've always struggled with the idea of fitting into a niche. The idea of picking a topic and sticking with it for the rest of my life just seems boring and ridiculous. And the worst part is, what if it works? I've seen tons of creators out there that make content and they just kind of throw it out there to see if it works, and it does. And that's really exciting. They get tons of views, maybe even some business, and then they have to continue to do it forever. And no, you can't change topics. If you find interest in something else, you can't do that, because why? Then your audience doesn't want to see that. They don't care about that. They care about what you initially started out with. And so now you're kind of stuck. I've seen this tons of times, and it usually results in somebody giving up making content. So to prepare for this, actually, this morning I've been reading Mastery by Robert Greene. And it's one of my favorite books, but I started reading it again, because honestly, like, it's a long book, as you can tell. And so listening to an audiobook, I picked up a lot of stuff, but honestly, nothing beats actually sitting down and reading the book. And what's really funny is Robert Greene, the first chapter, talks about this. He's talking about Leonardo da Vinci, and you have to say his name like this, of course. He's talking about a decision he made that changed the trajectory of his entire life. He said he would establish himself in Milan, and he would devise a new strategy for his livelihood. He would be more than an artist. He would pursue all of his crafts and sciences and that interested him: architecture, military engineering, hydraulics, anatomy, sculpture. And then he ends with this: his mind decided worked best when he had several different projects at hand, allowing him to build all kinds of connections between them. Funny enough, even Leonardo da Vinci, I say it like this, didn't believe in niching down. Isn't that funny? So as we're getting into why you shouldn't niche down, and more importantly, why you should just become the niche, before we get to there, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Is there a time ever to niche down? And I think it is. I know there's a lot of people here that own businesses and run a business, and there is something to niche down on. It's what you do. It's not who you are, though. Here's the difference. So there's what you do. It's the service you provide. It's the offer that you have. These things, you should probably niche down. You should be known for one thing in terms of what you could do for others. Like for me, for example, what's funny is I fought what I wanted to be known for a long time. A lot of people know me for being able to sell more with less effort. But for whatever reason, I went and did many different things. Content, I was doing services for creating YouTube videos and Instagram videos, and didn't really enjoy it. I just did it because it made decent money. The thing that I realized, though, is that if you stick to what you want to be known for and you're good at and you enjoy it, then you can get pretty far. You can make money and actually enjoy it. The thing that is important to note, though, and where authenticity comes in, is when your niche is you. You are the niche, your interests, your personality, all those things. That is ultimately why people choose you. What you do and what you can do for others is why people will buy from you. However, who you are is why they'll choose you. They're gonna buy that thing anyway. They're gonna buy like for me, for example, I do co-hosted webinars and automated webinars. People are gonna buy that regardless, but it's because of these videos, because of what I'm interested in, that people will buy from me.
You know what really freaking bums me out? I'm here at Tempe Town, like I'm gonna get like a probably 50-minute walk run in. All right, anyway, I gotta get a 50-minute walk run in because we went to Disneyland for the week and I did end up running there, and I gotta prepare for the Spartan Half Marathon. Beautiful view, so I had this great idea. I'm gonna get a bunch of nice B-roll with the Pocket 3. It's gonna be phenomenal. Guess who forgot the freaking SD card? I remember the camera, did not remember the SD card. So now we're shooting on the old iPhone. But, you know, it's all good. We're going to adapt. We will overcome. Of running by the bridge, because it's a little bit nicer of a view and all these amazing B-roll. But know what else I forgot? My freaking sunglasses. So I can't even run that direction. I go this way. This whole thing is just not working out the plan, guys. It's just not happening like I want. But anyway, so the next kind of part of this, too, is like, Well, then how do you become the niche? How do you find out what separates you, makes you different? And if I'm being completely honest with you, this has been something. See, look at this. I guess I have to go this way because the freaking sun will be in the freaking thing the whole time. Anyway, so if I'm being honest, this took me so freaking long to figure out. Years, in fact, because I knew inherently that run walk thing. I knew inherently that building a personal brand, becoming the niche, being the niche is way better than just picking just one specific thing. Just didn't know how. And then that's when I heard, I think it was Gary Vee or someone like that, mentioned this idea of document, don't create. Document, don't create. But then again, the how came up, right? So how in the world am I supposed to document what I'm doing? What does that even mean? And that's when I realized the answer was a vlog. You see, part of the problem with creating content, especially as a business owner, is you tend to overthink it. At least I did, right? I was thinking about the strategy too much, and does this fit into my niche? And I really want to talk about fitness and running and working out and jiu-jitsu and reading and the books that I've read, the self-development that I'm doing. All those things are interesting to me, but I couldn't seem to figure out how does that fit into my niche of helping people, helping entrepreneurs and founders sell more with less effort. The truth is, I couldn't. It just never seemed to really fit in. Run's over with. Right now I'm just doing it for time, and the funny part is, and it's the worst part about running, or at least running after like rehabbing my knees a little bit, is going into it knowing I'm doing a walk run. I'm gonna walk for 5 minutes, I'm gonna run for 5 minutes. And I don't need to be anybody, whatever, but then when you get passed by like 50 people, you want to just turn on the gas and start going. Problem with that is part of the reason I got hurt in the first place, overdoing it when I shouldn't have. So anyway, with vlogging, the beautiful thing is it takes all of the overthinking out of it. You simply are just turning on a camera, documenting your life, documenting what you're doing, sharing some lessons along the way. Of course, there's a billion and one ways to do a vlog, and I went through several, right? This style that I'm doing now is just probably one iteration of like 15 that I've tried, but it's the closest I've come to making content that I am proud of, that I actually am enjoying. Now, how does this relate to business? I kind of alluded to it earlier, but matching what I'm doing now is kind of doing one of these vlog styles with maybe two vlogs for every one thought leadership piece that I do, just to share some expertise about what it is that I actually do. But in my opinion, it's these vlogs are the reason why people are going to buy, or the reason why people are going to want to work with me specifically. Not everyone obviously will want to work with me, but the people that do will get it. And I think a good example is, I've had a buddy, I would call him a friend, recently was like, man, I watched your content, I love it, and by the way, I have a client, I have someone that I think you should work with. That turned into a paying client of mine. It wasn't even from, to be honest with you, I don't even think he really was sure what I even do for my business. He just knew that because of what I talk about in my vlogs, I'd be able to help this customer. Just so happened that I could. So my point is, vlogging doesn't mean you have to do what the Mr. Beast of the world do and the Logan Paul and talk real fast and do all that stuff. That's not really it anymore. People, I think, want to see the real behind the scenes, what you do every day, and that informs their decision to whether or not they're going to buy. And let me know in the comments, like, if whatever you purchased the last time, was the personal brand, was the how they show up in the world part of that decision. Now comes the fun part. It runs, whatever. Now I get to go home and get in this cold bath. Cold bath? Cold plunge. Jesus, I'm tired. Now for the best/worst part is the cold plunge. I talked about this before, but I freaking love this thing from Ice Barrel, honestly, because it actually holds the cold pretty well. Like, it's super insulated. And being in Arizona, you buy ice and then use a regular pot or whatever, and then it doesn't last worth a damn, but this thing actually, it's been around 45 degrees for the last week. And then all I have to do is put in a couple, just get out of there. A couple of these 8-pound blocks, which I got on Amazon. And you good to go. Oh yeah, that's terrible. Terrible in the best ways. Ooh. So yeah, if you're a content creator, niching down, I do think, in terms of your content, is probably the fastest way, honestly, to grow a YouTube channel. If I'm being completely honest. Because I mean, you look at tons of people and they're hyper specific and hyper niche down. They tend to blow up pretty fast, especially if they find the right niche that there's not super competitive. Then again, I can't stress it enough, but the problem becomes, what do you do when it does work? Like, unless you're super passionate about it, and it's never gonna change. Like, you could make content on that subject for the rest of your entirety, and rest of your entirety? I don't think that makes any sense. You get what I'm trying to say, then cool, good on you, get after it. But if we've learned anything from all these content creators that constantly like quit after a while, hang it up, they all kind of say the same thing. I even saw this guy, his name is Heinz, and really cool artist type. Even he just the other day posted a piece of content about how he doesn't want to be a YouTube creator. He wants to be able to talk about and do other things and experiment and just use YouTube as a platform to distribute like his vision. Like, that's what I'm talking about. When you're super in a pigeonhole, it doesn't leave room for being open to other stuff you're interested in. And for me, again, that's the part that I always got, I don't know, put off by, I guess you could say. So for me, niching down on a certain topic and having 3 topics to talk about doesn't really seem interesting to me. Like, it's just, I'm gonna get bored of it eventually. I'm gonna end up switching it up anyway, and then it's just gonna all go to crap. Or I can do this. I can create a vlog, TV show on YouTube where it's just me living my life, doing the things that I do. And if it's interesting to you, you tune in, you may learn something. If it's not, you don't watch it. And I know a lot of people, my friends that are entrepreneurs, they're like, well, where are the leads gonna come from, right? Like, if you don't make content on your offer, how are people gonna know? They'll figure it out, man. Like, anybody that you're super interested in, you're gonna go search and figure out how you can work with them more. It doesn't have to be any more of this talking head sitting at a desk and talking. Although I'm not saying I'm not gonna do that content. I will, just not all the time. Like, I'm thinking, like I said earlier, like for every 2 of these vlog types that I do, unless I'm super inspired by like a concept or I want to teach something really bad, it's probably going to be like 2 to 1. I do think the thought leadership style is important because some people really do want that content. But for the most part, I enjoy doing this. And I think if we learn anything from this idea of you are the niche, it's this. Like, you're more likely to continue being you and just document that for a long time than you are to be fixated and interested in one offer or one business or one service or, you know, one niche topic for content. Like, you're more likely just to be you and you just document the journey along the way. I think of things, I've been thinking a lot more about YouTube and the purpose of YouTube for me, not just for my business, but for my own kind of sanity. And it's just a way for me to like get out thoughts, document what I'm doing, share experiences of stuff that I learned, stuff that I failed at, things like that. And I can see myself making that kind of content for as long as humanly possible. Like, there's no end in sight because there's constantly going to be learning lessons. There's constantly going to be experiences. And then the thing that really excites me is the craft of getting better at this. It's the craft of getting better at storytelling. And, you know, a good example is like just recently went to Disney last week, I mentioned earlier. And I brought the camera because I was going to film a vlog there. But I had these barriers come up, right? Like, I couldn't figure out what to talk about. And I had this idea of talking about how we got proposed there. And then I was filming some B-roll, but never could figure out how to piece it together. So I left there empty-handed. I didn't have a vlog at the end of it. But now I'm excited because when I go back, oh, this is what I missed. And here's, you know, kind of some of the other things that I wish I would have done differently. And so now I'm like, I can't wait to go back. So it's part of the thing that really gets me going now is that I suck at this vlogging. Like, I'm not great at it yet.
And there's something inherently wrong with me, I think, and I should probably go to therapy for, is when I'm not good at something, I fixate on it. Like, I gotta figure this thing out. And so, I don't know, if that resonates with you at all, and you're looking for a new challenge, and you're tired of being pigeonholed and niche down, niche down, niche down, like you're tired of hearing that, and you're getting bored of your own content. I think that's the greatest symptom in the world. Like, I was getting tired of the content that I was doing. And yeah, if it did well, cool. But if it didn't, I also didn't really care. Like, if that sounds like you, maybe just try documenting your life, realizing that you are the niche. And it doesn't matter if you have a business or you're just a creator and you just want to make content that people enjoy. I think you'd really enjoy just leaning into the fact that you are the content. Like, you are the niche. Document the journey. Try out vlogging, for example. And look, man, if a Neanderthal like me can do this vlogging thing, then you probably can too. With that being said, I think I'm over this cold plunge. I think I've exhausted the benefits of this at this point, so we'll get out. With that being said, appreciate you watching. Thank you for checking it out. In the comments below, let me know what you think about this vlog. If you got any tips or things you'd like to see from the vlog itself, let me know. I'm planning on doing this for a while. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. With that being said, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. See you later.